Summarize the novel, The Count of Monte Cristo. Author, Alexandre Dumas. Chapter 1, Tragic Beginnings of Edmond Dantès. In 1815 Marseille, France, as Napoleon prepares to return from Elba, 19-year-old Edmond Dantès, a skilled sailor, stands on the brink of a perfect life. Recently promoted to captain of the Pharaon, trusted by his employer Mr. Morel, he's set to marry Mercedes, a beautiful Catalan girl he loves deeply. Yet, his bright future ignites jealousy, drawing him into a sinister plot that will shatter his dreams. Dantès' success breeds envy in Danglars, the ship's accountant, and Fernand Mondego, a Catalan fisherman in love with Mercedes. Unknowingly, Dantès becomes entangled in danger when he fulfills the dying captain's request, delivering a letter from Napoleon to a supporter in Paris. Oblivious to its contents, he follows orders, unaware that this act will spark a devastating betrayal. Danglars and Fernand conspire to destroy him, crafting an anonymous letter accusing Dantès of supporting Napoleon, a grave crime in this volatile era. Catullus, Dantès' neighbor, knows of the plot but, drunk, does nothing to stop it. On the day of his engagement to Mercedes, Dantès is arrested, torn from her arms and his father's tearful gaze, plunging him into a nightmare of injustice. Brought before prosecutor Villefort, a young man driven by ambition, Dantès pleads his innocence. Villefort initially plans to release him, but upon discovering the letter implicates his own father, Martyr, a Napoleon supporter, he chooses to protect his career. He imprisons Dantès indefinitely in the Château d'If, an inescapable island fortress, without trial, launching a harrowing journey of suffering that will span over 14 years. Chapter 2, Imprisonment and a Fateful Friendship. In the Château d'If, Dantès is confined to a dark, isolated cell, his spirit consumed by despair. Losing faith in justice, he contemplates ending his life, while in Marseille, Mercedes, convinced of his death by Fernand, marries him. Danglars rises as a wealthy financier, and Villefort climbs the ranks, all thriving on Dantès' misery in a cruel twist of fate. After 12 years of torment, a faint digging sound pierces the silence of his cell. It's Abbé Faria, an Italian priest and fellow prisoner, who has been tunneling for escape. Mistakenly breaking into Dantès' cell, Faria forms a profound bond with him. A brilliant scholar, Faria educates Dantès in mathematics, languages, and history, transforming the uneducated sailor into a man of intellect, poised for a thrilling future. Faria unravels the conspiracy against Dantès, deducing that Danglars, Fernand, and Villefort orchestrated his downfall. He reveals a breathtaking secret, a vast treasure hidden on the island of Monte Cristo, stashed by the Spada family since the Renaissance. Faria shares the treasure map, but his health fails, and he dies of a seizure in 1827, leaving Dantès with a daring escape plan and a legacy of wealth. Dantès executes a bold escape, he swaps places with Faria's body in a burial sack, feigning death. Guards toss the sack into the sea, and Dantès breaks free in 1829, after over 14 years of captivity, swimming to a nearby island. Rescued by smugglers, he begins a new life, his heart ablaze with a relentless thirst for vengeance and justice. Chapter 3, The Count of Monte Cristo Reborn. Freed from prison, Dantès joins smugglers, honing survival skills for his new destiny. He journeys to Monte Cristo, uncovering Faria's treasure, a cave brimming with gold, diamonds, and jewels, making him one of the world's richest men. With this fortune, Dantès reinvents himself as the Count of Monte Cristo, a mysterious, powerful noble with a thirst for retribution. Over years, Dantès prepares his revenge, mastering the ways of high society, forging connections, and crafting the persona of a wealthy, erudite count. He adopts disguises, Father Busoni, Lord Wilmore, to gather intelligence on his enemies, Danglars, now a powerful financier, Fernand, Count de Morcerf, married to Mercedes with a son, Albert, and Villefort, a chief prosecutor with a daughter, Valentine. Returning to Marseille, Dantès visits Mr. Morel, his former benefactor, now facing financial ruin. As an anonymous savior, he clears Morel's debts, saving his company from collapse, revealing a heart still capable of kindness amidst his vengeful storm. This act shows Dantès isn't just a harbinger of revenge but a man who honors those who once helped him. In Paris, at a lavish ball, Monte Cristo encounters Mercédès, now Morcerf's wife. She recognizes him instantly, her eyes brimming with pain and unwavering love. In a private, tearful exchange, Mercédès pleads for Fernand's forgiveness, a poignant moment proving her timeless devotion, but Dantès, though moved, remains steadfast in his quest for vengeance. Chapter 4, Revenge Unleashed in Paris. In 1838, the Count of Monte Cristo arrives in Paris, stunning high society with his wealth and enigmatic allure. Hosting extravagant galas, he befriends the elite, becoming the talk of the city. He confronts his enemies, Danglars, a greedy baron, Fernand, the scandal-ridden Count de Morcerf, and Villefort, a hypocritical chief prosecutor, all unaware of the tempest about to strike. Monte Cristo unleashes his intricate revenge. Exploiting Danglars' greed, he lures him into risky investments, manipulating markets to inflict massive losses. He hires Andrea Cavalcanti, a conman posing as a noble, to become Danglars' false son-in-law, draining millions in failed ventures, driving the baron to the edge of ruin in a whirlwind of panic. Against Fernand, Monte Cristo exposes a dark betrayal. Fernand sold out Ali Pasha, a Turkish lord, during the war, leading to Ali's death and his family's enslavement. Monte Cristo orchestrates for Haydée, Ali's daughter, whom he rescued and adopted, to testify before the French Senate. The revelation shatters Fernand's reputation, society scorns him, and his son Albert disowns him, leaving Fernand in disgrace. Mercédès, knowing Monte Cristo is Dantès, remains loyal, refusing to betray him. She abandons Fernand, choosing a humble life with Albert, who rejects his father's title. Unable to bear the shame, Fernand takes his own life, fulfilling part of Monte Cristo's revenge, yet leaving Dantès with an unexpected void, his thirst for vengeance no longer his sole drive. Chapter 5, The Fall of Villefort and Danglars. Monte Cristo turns his vengeance on Villefort, uncovering a chilling secret. Villefort fathered an illegitimate child with Madame Danglars, then buried the baby alive to hide the scandal. The infant was found by Bertuccio, a bandit seeking revenge on Villefort for unjustly condemning his brother, and raised as his own. Bertuccio, now Monte Cristo's loyal steward, provides crucial information for the Count's plan. Monte Cristo ensures Andrea Cavalcanti, really Benedetto, the buried child, is arrested. At the trial, Andrea's true parentage as Villefort and Madame Danglars' son is exposed, shattering Villefort's reputation. The scandal destroys his career, forcing him to face his own crimes, a perfect strike of retribution from Monte Cristo that plunges Villefort into ruin. Villefort's family collapses in tragedy. His wife, driven by greed and jealousy, poisons relatives to secure an inheritance for their daughter, Valentine. Monte Cristo, a friend to Valentine, saves her by faking her death and hiding her safely. Villefort, losing his son, honor, and confronting his wife's crimes, descends into madness after the trial, his downfall complete in a storm of despair. For Danglars, Monte Cristo manipulates finances, bankrupting him entirely. Danglars flees Paris, but Monte Cristo kidnaps and imprisons him, forcing him to live in poverty, a fitting punishment for his greed. With his revenge fulfilled, Monte Cristo feels hollow, realizing vengeance doesn't bring the peace he craved, a poignant twist in his relentless quest. Chapter 6, Conclusion and Meaning of Revenge. After exacting revenge, Monte Cristo confronts the emptiness within. Though justice is served, hatred cannot erase his pain. Danglars, Fernand, and Villefort are destroyed, but he feels isolated, realizing revenge isn't everything. A new light dawns. Kindness and love are the true values worth cherishing, a revelation born from his fiery journey. Mercédès, despite losing all, remains loyal to Dantès, choosing a simple life with her son Albert. Valentine and Maximilian, aided by Monte Cristo, start a joyful life, symbolizing hope after tragedy. Monte Cristo relinquishes his title, leaving his fortune to the deserving, like Valentine and Maximilian, Mr. Morel's son, his former benefactor, seeking redemption through generosity. He departs with Haydée, who loves him deeply, embarking on a new life, leaving behind a legacy of justice and compassion. Monte Cristo learns that while revenge brings justice, only love and mercy offer true peace, a profound lesson from his dramatic odyssey of retribution and renewal. The Count of Monte Cristo is a thrilling tale of vengeance, justice, and redemption. Dantès, from an innocent youth, becomes a powerful man scarred by suffering. Through him, Dumas explores human complexity, delivering a timeless message: amidst the darkness of injustice, the light of love and kindness can always shine through, a beacon of hope.